Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Dr. Robinson, and again, we're going to continue our studies, and this time we're talking about the Box-and-Whisker Plot. So let's get started with some vocabulary. The Box-and-Whisker Plot is a graph which summarizes a data set along a number line. There is a box in the middle and whiskers on each side. Notes: we need to find the minimum, maximum, and median to build this kind of graph. So the box plot, also known as the Box-and-Whisker plot, is a method of visually displaying a distribution of data values by using the median, quartiles, and extremes, that's the least and greatest values, of the data set. And this is done along a number line. So note the box plot is a good way to show the spread of data, of a set of data. So let's take a look at what we have here. So we have this little line here pointing at the 2 on the number line. It's called the lower extreme, so that would be the minimum. We have the first quartile at the 4. We have the median at the 7. A median we know is the middle score, which divides a set of values, a set of data in half into 2 equal parts. Here's the third quartile, that is at the 11, and the upper extreme, or the greatest number, which would be the 12. So this is data that is broken down into parts. We talked in my other video about quartiles: the first quartile, Q1, the third quartile, Q3, and the median is the middle score, or the second quartile, which divides the data into 2 equal parts. So our first quartile goes from 4 to 2. So our second quartile goes from 7 to 4. So that's our second quartile. Our third quartile goes from 7 to 11. And our fourth quartile, the upper quartile, to the extreme, goes from 11 to 12. So this is a way you would read the Box-and-Whisker plot. So it's just a matter of knowing those numbers at those points and those segments of the box. So let's find the interquartile range of the diagram below. So here we have a box plot, and now we need to find the interquartile range. Well, if you remember, the interquartile range is the difference between the first and third quartile. So quartile 3 minus quartile 1. That equals the IQR, interquartile range. So here we have our first quartile, which is located at the 16. And here is our median, which is 18. And here is our third, or upper quartile, third quartile, we need that, which is 22. So we need to take the third quartile, which is 22, and subtract from it 16, and that'll give us the interquartile range, which should be, looks like 6. So our answer would be 6 for the IQR. So the IQR equals IQR equals 6. So you have just found the interquartile range. Nice job. Let's go on to some more questions. Find the range in the diagram below. All right. So remember, the range is the difference between the lowest and highest number. So that would be whatever this value is, that's our minimum. And our highest number would be whatever this number is, which would be our maximum. So the difference between those two would be the range. So our maximum looks like to be about, say, 25. And our minimum looks like it's going to be 11. So 25 minus 11, our range is going to be 14. And we have just found the range of those numbers. If you were curious, what was the median? See if you can tell me what the median was. And if you said 18, you are correct. So that's right there in the middle. What would the first quartile be? You're right. If you said 16, it's right here. Quartile 1. And here's our median. And here's quartile 3 at the edge of the box. So quartile 3 will be 22. And if we wanted to, we can find the IQR, which we just did a second ago. So our answer we were looking for was the range, though. So 14 was the range. So we went over a lot of nice stuff. So check your understanding. See if you understand it. You may have to watch the video again. If you're uncertain, write down your questions. I'll be glad to answer them. So since you can figure out what parts are of the box and whisker plot are there, well, if you were given these numbers, do you think you can make a box and whisker plot from the data? Well, you're going to need some help by finding the minimum, maximum, and median score. Draw your whiskers, which is your min and max. Draw your median score, find your first quartile and third quartile, and you got your box plot. So I hope you got something out of this. So if you have questions, rewatch the video. I'll be glad to talk it over with you tomorrow in class. So this is Dr. Robinson signing off. See you tomorrow.